Jacksonville Jaguars decided to socially distance themselves away from wide receiver Marquis Lee on Monday, and every free agent that hits the market, it's got to be like, should the Vikings get in? You liking the juice? So even though this is the deepest wide receiver class in NFL history, perceived to be, so we got that going for us, which is nice. And the Vikings do need some help on wide receiver after punting on Stephon Diggs. So, I mean, even if the Vikings do get themselves some nice in the draft for wide receiver wise, like really, what is the harm? I'm bringing him above board the 90-man roster on a league minimum deal. Let's talk about it. So let's talk about the 28-year-old wideout today. Background: 6 foot, a $196, former 4-star recruit from Junipero High School in Gardena, California. Decided to take his talents up the 110, go up to USC, and just Marquis Lee was a bad man at USC. He really was for the men of Troy. Put up some legit numbers right away as a true freshman. 73 catches, 1,143 yards, 11 touchdowns, starting opposite Robert Woods in 2011 with the corpse of Matt Barkley under center. Cool. 2012 was his apex, was his absolute crescendo. 118 catches, leading the FBS in receptions, 1,721 yards, 14 touchdowns, unanimous first-team All-American, Pac-12 Offensive Player of the Year, also won the Biletnikoff Award. So, I mean, pretty damn good, right? Pretty damn amazing. Was seen as one of the top wide receivers in the country heading into 2013, as well as a surefire first-round pick, potentially even top 10, but then he had a very meh year. He had a couple injuries, missed some games, which is going to be a recurring motif here. So wasn't so much. Also combine, he had a decent showing. Like not a blazer, but did have solid explosiveness in the jumps, good agility, which is what shows up on tape, right? But if he had a junior year, a lot like his sophomore year, I think he possibly could have been wide receiver 1 and probably a top 10 pick in that great 2014 wide receiver class, which is Diggs' year when he came in as a 5th-round pick out of Maryland. But instead, Lee fell just because of the injuries and also size, and there was concern, could he hold up outside in the NFL? That's still TBD, but ended up going wide receiver 6, 39 overall to Jacksonville, behind Sammy Watkins, Mike Evans, OBJ, Brandon Cooks, as well as offensive tackle Kelvin Benjamin. So cool. He's been in the league 6 years. His peak in the pros was 2016 when he had 63 catches, 851 yards, and 3 touchdowns on 105 targets. By the way, that is a solid reception to target ratio. But of course, his quarterback was Blake Bordelais. So it's almost like grading on a curve, right? But Injuries have been his issue. So he's had one full 16-game season, 2016. 2014 missed 3 games with an ankle injury. 2015 missed 6 games with knee and hamstring issues. 2017 missed 2 games with an ankle. 2018 missed an entire damn season with an ACL, as well as last year, 2019, missed 5 games with knee, shoulder, and ankle injuries. But other than that, we're good. We are good to go. Also, this is the last known photo of Marquis Lee. As well as if you don't get this reference, like you deserve nothing but the worst things in life to happen. I'm just playing. Pestilence, disease. He did sign a 4-year, $38 million deal in 2018, but the Jaguars cut him this year to save $5.25 million in cap. They do have to eat like $3.25 million dead. Numbers don't really matter. But the question is, should the Vikings sign him? Well, it doesn't factor in compensatory picks because he was cut. Plus, that window closed a week after the draft anyway, so it doesn't matter. But I mean, if they brick out on elite wide receiver talent, like say they don't take one day 1, maybe even not until late day 2, or if they miss out on some surefire mid round day 1 contributors, sure, whatever. Like he's not the guy I'm just like banging the table for. Like when I saw the news, it wasn't so much like, hey, the Vikings should sign him. It was more like, it's one of those spots, right? But let's look at reality. He probably will be extremely cheap. Probably a 1-year veteran minimum with some playing time incentives, bonus incentives, that whole thing. When healthy. But again, it's a big when. Yeah, he is a decent outside receiver. Has got some nice shake and agility. You saw that at USC. You saw that in spurts here in the pros. Does have solid hands. Can hold his own outside. Also plays a little bit in the slot, so a little bit of versatility there. Was a decent kick returner for the Jaguars. They only used him back there in 2016, though, so that could add a little bit something to the gumbo here. Is a solid run blocker as well. So, I mean, when you're getting to the praise where it's like, hey, he run blocks well as a receiver, I mean, we're scraping the bottom of the barrel, but would he be an okay veteran dart throw and be okay if he's healthy? I mean, sure. I mean, think of him as the 2020 version of Jordan Taylor. Remember that jabroni coming in last in camp? Tricked all of us, even me. Or it's sort of akin to Michael Floyd, although Michael Floyd was a much more accomplished NFL wide receiver, where it was a low risk, medium reward, whatever dart throw. I mean, if only we kept Floyd off the kombucha, but yeah, whatever. But promise him nothing. I mean, you do have Sharp. I do like Sharp a lot better as a veteran wide receiver coming in. Of course, BC in year 2, as well as the other second-year guys, Hollins, Devion Davis, Dylan Mitchell, as well as the other rookie wide receivers. So I promise him nothing. Like, he gets the same shot as everyone else. If he stays healthy, sure. But what is tricky in this situation with Lee is that the COVID, the Rona. Right, so can teams get a medical check on him? When can they do that? I mean, he may legit be a free agent until August and maybe even into the season. It might be one of those spots where you have to wait until there actually is an injury, ironically, and then Marquis Lee comes in and fills in a wide receiver spot. But, crossover, #chemistry. Dom Capers was senior defensive assistant to the regional defensive coordinator in Jacksonville last year in 2019, same time as Marquis Lee was still there in his final year in Jacksonville. So got to practice against him every day. We'll have some day-to-day knowledge about it. Could drop it in on some Spielman and some Zimmer. Vouch for him, not vouch for him, whatever. But like I said, it's not like gotta have it. Yeah, it's not full Stone Cold cream, Cold Stone Creamery. Although Stone Cold Creamery would be pretty damn sweet. Yeah. But, I mean, still, draft as many young wide receivers as you possibly can. And if Lee ends up as the 90th man on the 90-man roster on a league minimum deal in August, yay. If not, whatever. But it could be a decent low-risk, medium-reward spot. But, yeah, I'm not all up in arms about it. But your thoughts? Marquis Lee, Vikings, ? Let us know in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. If you want to support the work, pull us up in the Venmo or hit that join box down below. Become a monthly or platinum Jerome. Support independent work, baby. Let's go. As well as give us a follow on social media as well. But until next time, Skol, production value.